3. King Louis XIV enters the foyer, having overheard the play, and seeing his visitors attending it. Against the custom of a sovereign, he presents himself to them, and addresses them, saying, "I hear you have been learning about Charlemagne, and how he struggled with the Saxons. Today it is the Protestants, whom the King of France contends with. My people of Quebec, they live in jeopardy of the Protestant British, to whom we once had been espoused, but swept away together with their Saxon fathers. They who once called themselves Catholic, priding themselves on how they loved the Pope, they now pride themselves on how much they hate him, laying hands on his possessions, and those of his children. So it is I vie with them, in the New World. I fear I may become a new Agamemnon. Agamemnon, the Greek general, who upon returning from the Trojan War, expected a warm embrace from his wife, but found her in adultery, and coming to anger, he was slain by her accomplice. England, with whom I shared many secrets, who has exchanged with me her children in marriage, who owes to me, in great part, her lofty language, who treats me as a stranger and even worse, as a bitter, deadly enemy, whose king, Henry VIII, once my dear cousin, was accorded by that same Pope the title, Defender of the Faith. Yet, in spite of this, they now are renegades to Christendom. When they see me move, they swiftly run to obstruct me, making eager assessment of how they might hinder me. In Montreal, there they prowl, accusing me of corrupting the Indians. We, who would marry them, and live with them, and give to them the mystery of faith, the gift of life, and children, and eternal life in the kingdom of heaven. All of this the Saxon objects to. He makes formal protest against it, and so we rightly call them Protestant. If they should drive me out of the New World, the Indians will never be converted, and the Protestant pantomime of Christianity will soon cast away even the name of Christian, and they will cast off every sacrament. Fearful that the Indians will corrupt them, they will herd them, and contract them. Having abandoned The sacrament of confession. The relapsed Saxon fears the tiniest sin. Knowing the slightest stain on his baptismal robe will bar him from heaven, and consign him to eternal fire. What fun the Indians will have, watching the Protestant squirm, as he neglects the word of the Lord. The just man falls 7 times in a day. Do they think they are better than this just man, for whom the Lord provided, as though they did not need the sacraments? Their prayers will not avail them. The Indians will overwhelm them, so certainly they fear the Indians, and justify excessive measures to suppress them. There is only one sacrifice, greater than their human sacrifice. The sacrifice of the cross. Their temples are built with arcane and diabolic power to alien animal gods, such as the snake god, Kukulkan. Their temples, their rituals, the Saxon cannot resist them. Add to this their potions and their sorcery. Aroused by the evil plants that grow there, just one whiff of the potion or its powder, and the Saxon will be helpless. He will forget that he is Christian, but belong to a new religion, preaching an impostor heaven, which can be found if you take one whiff of their potion. And as soon as the illusion fades, as they ought to have known it would, the Saxon realizes he is not in heaven, but in the other place. And if the Saxon goes uncontested and unconverted, this diabolic paganism, whatever its form, will sweep over the entire world. This is what I worry about each day when I kneel and pray. For my enemies are strong, and numerous. Thus King Louis ends his lament.